What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Chadwell, and today, like always, an interesting video for you here on the channel. Today is who will retire next after Cena. Oh my god, what an intro. So I've been thinking for a little bit, who's going to have retirement matches or something like that coming up after John Cena, and I just thought of one right now. Oh my gosh, I should have added him. The one that I thought of was Chris Jericho, and I just realized I could have had something with Chris Jericho, but I'm not going to add him. I'm thinking of people that are currently in WWE. That's how you flip the script. But today we will talk about who will retire next after John Cena. We had Goldberg to retire before John Cena. There's probably some legends that could come back for a retirement match. Brock Lesnar was one that I always thought of. A lot of the legends, even then, like Chris Jericho, Edge, maybe Christian Cage, but I think they're really done. But yeah, today we are talking about fully who retired next after John Cena. We have 7 here. I think it's in order from when they will retire to last. I think there's about the first 4 make sense, and then after that, I think it's a guess. So let's get started. I sadly do believe AJ Styles is the next to go, and there's a reason why with this one. For AJ Styles, he's already been hinting at it. He's been saying it's my last SummerSlam. He's been saying it's my last everything. So it's hard for me not to say he's the next one coming up to retirement, but it's really between him and the other guy that's next up on this list. I think are the next 2 to retire. I just don't know about the second one because it seems like he should have already been retired. I'm not going to lie to you, but I really do believe AJ Styles likely is going to retire either at WrestleMania, SummerSlam, something like that, where he has his final match. And I could see maybe AJ Styles versus, I've always thought AJ Styles versus Trick Williams for the TNA Championship made so much sense. Maybe not. Maybe it is instead AJ Styles versus Gunther at WrestleMania. Hopefully not that. I think that AJ Styles will have a great retirement match, maybe finish on top one last time against somebody. But AJ Styles, he is somebody that I fully expect to retire within the next year. I think we all knew that. SummerSlam, we didn't think it would be his last SummerSlam match, but you kind of mentioned it. He also said it could be his last WrestleMania match, which I hope to God not. But yeah, I expect maybe a retirement announcement or retirement something, maybe 2026. The only reason why I don't have Rey Mysterio before AJ Styles is because we kind of can say there is a chance that Rey Mysterio could go after WrestleMania, only because there's been no hint of him retiring. Obviously, we all think that he's at the end of his career, but just when. I honestly thought Survivor Series, we could have had a retirement match for him being in San Diego and going against Dominic Mysterio for one last time and the retirement match of Rey Mysterio. I don't think that's the case anymore. I think maybe San Diego for a Saturday Night's Main Event would make a lot of sense to have going against Rey Mysterio and retiring, but then that would kind of be like Atlanta's, that would kind of be John Cena's. Sorry, I said Atlanta's, like Goldberg's in Atlanta, John Cena's in Boston. And also, I didn't say Survivor Series because, to be honest with you, it's a little too close to John Cena's, in my opinion. So instead, I have Rey Mysterio afterward, and maybe it's San Diego or something, or maybe not even in San Diego. I think it should be in San Diego since he literally is 619 as a move, but I really do believe Rey Mysterio is next after AJ Styles. Next after AJ Styles, to me, there's an obvious one. Or not after AJ Styles, after Rey Mysterio, there's an obvious one. And that is Brock Lesnar. I think Brock Lesnar could retire by SummerSlam 2026. You know why? Because that's in Minnesota, where he's from. Would it be shocking to say that there's going to be a retirement match for SummerSlam 2026? I don't think so. I think it's in Minnesota. It's a SummerSlam. It's kind of perfect for Brock Lesnar. I could even see Braun Breaker versus Brock Lesnar being the retirement match, or maybe somehow Gunther versus Brock Lesnar being the retirement match at Minnesota, and then maybe Gunther goes against Cody for the undisputed. I'm just realizing maybe after recording all these videos about Royal Rumble, WrestleMania main events and everything, that Gunther wins the title off of Cody at Royal Rumble or WrestleMania, and it's not Brock and Gunther for WrestleMania. What it is instead is a retirement match of Brock Lesnar at Minnesota at SummerSlam with Gunther with the undisputed title. Oh my God, I'm finally realizing it. I'm going to keep probably booking though Brock Lesnar versus Gunther until further notice. But yes, I think in my humble opinion, what we would probably do is a Brock Lesnar retirement at SummerSlam. And so if you're counting on the list, which that'd be a lot of retirements in 2026, but it looks like it would probably be AJ Styles WrestleMania. Maybe Rey Mysterio is after Brock Lesnar. God, that's crazy to say. That would be insane to say. But right now I have AJ Styles WrestleMania, Rey Mysterio Summertime San Diego, and then I would have Brock Lesnar SummerSlam. That's 3 retirements right next to each other of 3 big legends. So probably not that, or probably not. Or maybe 2 retirement matches at WrestleMania. Or maybe AJ Styles retires at a TNA show, and then AJ Styles or Rey Mysterio at Vegas. I don't know. But Brock Lesnar is definitely one of the next people. And sadly, same for R-Truth, who I think is going to be someone who retires within 2026, 2027 is where I would pick it and where I would choose it. I just think he's at the end of his career. He was supposed to be let go by the WWE, brought him back for it seems like no reason right now after John Cena's heel turn was so ended so crazily and abrupt. So right now, I feel very confident on this one. Is there going to be as big as a retirement celebration? Probably not. Maybe there's something with somebody else retiring him like a Damian Priest, but I really believe that R-Truth is, or even The Miz. Maybe The Miz retires him. Maybe it's a retirement match. The Miz could be a nice one that retires too. I don't know. I just have this going on. And I think it makes sense that R-Truth would be the one to potentially lose and leave the WWE. So maybe get some big heat. If maybe it's I will leave the WWE if I lose, and he actually loses, and then he has to leave the WWE, and it's a farewell, and everyone's chanting thank you, Truth, or something. I don't know, but this one's a pretty obvious one. After that, it's a little bit of a curveball, because I think this person and the next person, CM Punk, is definitely up for grabs. You can debate on which one. I lean towards CM Punk will retire first before the next person, because CM Punk already kind of called it quits at one point, so I think he's content with maybe calling it quits, but then came back. And I think he would do really good in the backstage role, while the other one's probably wanting to continue as a wrestler, and I think signed like a 5-year deal, so it'll be a long time before then. And maybe during this time, Chris Jericho or The Miz or somebody else retires, but for now, I feel fairly confident in saying, maybe not The Miz retires. I feel fairly confident saying CM Punk is going to be somebody that retires 2028, 2029. I think there's going to be a big celebration of Punk when he retires, though, because at the end of the day, CM Punk is a legend of this game, and we've seen him as kids. He's came back. He's had a insane run so far since he's been back, and he's going to be celebrated, especially since he has those AEW ties, so they want to kind of flex on that. But CM Punk is who I'm going to choose, and then the next person's probably, it's really a toss-up who would retire first, and that is Randy Orton. Now, there's a rumor that I remember a while ago that he signed like a 5-year deal with WWE to be with him for a long, long time, and I really do believe Randy Orton is still in one of the best shapes, still very athletic, still great, and I think has enough time scheduled to not, miss out on stuff. While CM Punk has called it quits before, Randy Orton's been wrestling this whole entire time, other than the injury, of course. So I think it would make a lot of sense to give it to Randy Orton in the sense of somebody that wouldn't retire before Punk. I would really love Cody Rhodes retiring Randy Orton, man. I'm thinking of just people to retire. Who would retire CM Punk? Ooh, that's a good answer. Maybe Seth Rollins? Probably not, though. Just off the top of my head, I can't really remember who would retire CM Punk. Like a Paul Heyman prodigy and Braun Breaker. That would be crazy. Like when I'm thinking of CM Punk's biggest rivals, they would all be too old to go against CM Punk or retired. So Randy Orton here is somebody I definitely think is on the end of his career. Now, again, could we have can Randy Orton beat John Cena's title reign and he can't? Like that could be his story. But I really do believe Randy Orton's another person that's on his way out. And then this is a tier gap to the next people, in my opinion. But there's a chance that Randy Orton stays longer than who I'm about to say next. And that is Roman Reigns. Now, this is the last one on here. I think Seth Roman is in that category of could retire together or something. But I really do believe that Roman Reigns likely retires sooner rather than later. He said he thinks he has like 2 to 3-ish. I think he's had 2 more years till he's like going to call it quits. And obviously he can come back and do some things, but maybe it's just a match that he's done with WWE for a little bit, and maybe there's a match that he comes back for. But Roman Reigns, I really think in 2 to 3 years makes sense, I think Punk. Oh my gosh, now actually, is Punk and Randy going to stay longer than Roman Reigns? Obviously, there's a lot of medical issues with Roman Reigns off like the ring and behind the scenes. So I don't blame him for a lot of people have to medically retire before they thought that they were going to. Like, I don't blame him. Roman Reigns isn't medically retired, but I don't blame him for wanting a break or being done with WWE because let's be honest here, Roman Reigns is kind of, and I think this isn't a crazy statement, one of the generational GOATs, or is the GOAT. If you look from 2020 to now, I think Roman Reigns is the GOAT. So I have to imagine maybe there's a chance that Roman Reigns, 2 to 3 years, something like that. I think there's a better chance of like, oh my gosh, let's say 4 years. So 2029, so maybe Randy and Punk, 2028, 2027, maybe 2030. Maybe he retires 2030. That's crazy to even say 2030. But we'll have to see on that. And if you guys enjoyed, let me know what you think down in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.